So, welcome to all of our golden ticket winners taking part on our Facebook competition to come and have coaching with Gareth Potts. So Gareth's going to spend a couple of hours with you all, taking you through coaching system. We've actually got some cues to give you as well, so I know some of you already got your own cues, but we're going to give you a cue as well, so maybe you'll have a spare if you already have your own, but here's one each for you to take away. It's actually a Pyridon cue, so made in England, made in Liverpool, worth £90, so enjoy, and hopefully it'll bring you some luck, and I'll pass you over to Gareth, and I hope you enjoyed this afternoon. Okay. All right, thanks very much.
Okay. If we start off with the break-off, which is probably one of the most asked questions and it is certainly at the top level, it's one of the most important parts of the game. So this is how I would normally break off. In the same place, I'm going to drive down through the slate, but I'm not going to jump up in the air. I'm not going to move. So as you can see, I'm cueing low, but the reason I'm cueing low is because when I come back, I'm going to drive down through the slate. I'm not actually going to hit that low, but because of where my hand is, if I'm cueing up there, I don't seem to be able to get the same. With my bridge hand, I'm placing my first finger on this side of the cue, and my thumb is keeping keeping the cue straight. So therefore, it can only go through in a straight line because I'm pinching it with my finger there, and I'm pushing it onto my thumb. Yeah? I'm not too hard, so obviously it physically won't go backwards and forwards, but what I do is, as I pull the cue back and the cue gets narrower, I squeeze my finger a little bit tighter to keep it straight, if you understand what I mean. Because if I kept the gap in between my finger and my thumb the same, which it needs to be there because my cue's thicker, if I kept it the same, when I pull it back to there, now there's a big gap, look, because my cue goes thinner. You know what I mean? Which then allows it to go like that, side to side as you're going through. So you have to squeeze that finger to keep the cue still, look. Because any movement side to side is obviously no good because you're not hitting the cue ball where you mean to hit it then. So, there, look. As it comes back, I'm going to slightly pinch that finger, look. So, see how the gap doesn't get any thinner? Yeah. And then as it goes through, look. So my back arm's going to come back in a straight line and drive through in a straight line. Slight pause. Yeah. So your arm needs to be like a pendulum, if you know what I mean. It needs to be loose. Yeah. And then as you pause on the cue ball, you come back, you pause at the top, and then drive everything forward. That was better, but again, you've got double again to come back. I mean, if you look at the split you've got, if you come back double again, because you were there, you only pulled the cue back to there, and you still got that much power. Yeah. Can you imagine if you'd have pulled it back to there?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
If you just step away now, that's obviously the line that your legs are at there.
Okay.
That's how you're standing, because you're standing like this.
That.
It's not necessary. But if you went to the fundamentals of standing, they would tell you to stand as square on as possible.
Okay. So if I went back in, if I looked to that again, and I was there, where would I be moved?
You'd want this leg back a little bit. Yeah, roughly there.
Okay.
You're roughly there. That's it. And if that feels uncomfortable, if that feels slightly uncomfortable, you could just widen it a little bit, which would make that it. That's the one. That's it. You look better there.
That feels actually a lot better than when I was.
Yeah. You
steady.
You were almost a little bit too side on.
Okay. Yeah,
So just try and pull your hand a little bit further back. You're a little bit close. Let me have a look. Yeah, I can see that you're aiming that to the left. Right, I think if that goes backwards and forwards straight. There we go. You were just slightly aiming to the left. You got the alignment wrong. Fraction. Fraction, yeah. Much better, shot. Looks so much better now, you're much more controlled.
That should be a bit and play the same team.
Start.
I've not seen him cue as nice as that ever, basically.
He's hitting the ball much sweeter than when I first saw him play, definitely. See, now because you've not landed on a pot again, you can play exactly the same shot. You can just hit this one soft.
Yeah.
If you come round and have a look at where the cue ball's going to go.
For coaching, please.
So I'd have done, for some reason, the shot I'd have played would have been the other yellow.
Yeah.
Leaving the white with the yellow is and bringing the yellow
Yeah,
out.
he could. He could play that. It's just that way. If he does hit it a little bit too hard, you might leave the white in the gap. You can play the shot that he said. Actually, it is a shot. What he's saying is hit this one. He's saying hit that one, and bounce that one off a little bit and put them there like that. But all I was thinking, if you hit it a little bit too hard, there's a gap.
Then there's a gap, and
where this one, if you just drop onto it, you're guaranteed to snooker him. So whichever way you want to play it, really.
yeah, I think the safer way.
So this has got to be really nice and slow. Ooh, good shot. Oh, this is a tough one.
We hope you've enjoyed this sample of coaching from Gareth Potts. Check out Home Leisure Direct TV or our YouTube channel for the full version of this coaching event and for lots of other pool coaching videos from Gareth Potts himself. We'll be repeating this type of event again in the future, so to be in with the chance of winning a golden ticket for yourself, just like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter.